السلام عليكم ورحمة الله تعالى وبركاته. تسبيح يا سيدنا الله وبارك فيك. مدد يا عباد مدد يا طبيب First of all, we ask to support us Sultan Rabia Khatam Sultan Rabia Amalina Khatam and we ask Sayyidina Abdul Qadir and support us because these are the holidays. It is related to him, and we ask Sayyidina Osman Nabiullah to support us by his spirituality and to look after us. Because they are the most important, they are the soul of all whatever made this crowd to be ascending to the divine presence of Allah Almighty, and they are the one connecting us with Rasulullah sallallahu alaihi wasallam, connecting us with Rasulullah sallallahu alaihi wasallam, Rasulullah connecting us with the divine presence of Allah Almighty, and Allah Almighty promising our tawseed of Awliya, Sultan Awliya, and Sultan of Awliya, and Awliyaullah, that any crowd need connected with them, and they will be connecting this crowd with Rasulullah sallallahu alaihi wasallam, with the divine presence of Allah Almighty. Allah will descend His Almighty hand. Allah will descend His Almighty hand over that crowd and will cover them, that never shaitan can steal one of them or take one of them from under the hand of Allah Almighty. They will be well protected in this life. They will be well protected when they are passing away from this life. They will be protected in their graves, and they will be protected in the Yawm al-Qiyamah or Judgment. Because when the angel of death will be descending, 1,000 bala will descend with him from heaven over the one who wants to die. And so, when we are under the hand of Allah Almighty, this bala cannot approach to us, and the one will be going safely with good end from this life. Because these awliya connecting us with Allah Almighty, with Rasulullah sallallahu alaihi wasallam, and blessing us by the Almighty hand of Allah Almighty, by the divine hand of Rasulullah sallallahu alaihi wasallam, by the divine hand and connection, they are responsible for us, responsible to make us always safe from any punishment from Allah Almighty and Rasulullah sallallahu alaihi wasallam, and to be safe from the harm of questioning in the grave by the malaika of whom question, and they are responsible to lead us safely and to reach us safe the day of judgment, to be in the ocean of happiness of Allah Almighty and blessing and forgiveness and mercy from Allah Almighty, until they reach us and put us in the paradises. They will not leave us, because in this life we choose them to be always connected with them, not leaving them, so they will not leave us when we are in need for them. They are not like us. When we have something with someone, we make our best to be approaching and close to him. When our problem is solved, finished, then we don't know him. No, they are not like this. When you make yourself close to them and connected with them, they will not leave us. Even you will leave them, they will not leave you. They will be always looking after you even you send to them in your life one Fatiha as a gift, they will not leave you then forever, always making you to wish to be safe, sure of Allah Almighty. And for this, Maulana say, the best way to be connected with them and to connect us with Allah Almighty and with Rasulullah sallallahu alayhi wa sallam and the Sahaba and all awliyaullah, especially Sayyidina Abu Bakr as-Siddiq radiallahu anhu, Sayyidina Ali radiallahu anhu, and Ahlul Bayt al-Nabi sallallahu alayhi wa sallam, and all awliya, is by our meeting as a crowd for Sahbah to be under their teaching, what coming from them, what they will be informing us, how they will be operating on us in this meeting, how they will be cleaning us. They know it is their duty to do it. They are like medical doctors whom they are checking the patient, and whatever he needs to be cured, they will do for him. And only in such meetings and the crowds, they will be looking at us and curing us by godly pureness and by Rasulullah sallallahu alaihi wasallam. If you spend all your life alone worshipping and doing your best, you will not reach to what you reach in 1 second in such a meeting. How much you will get good tidings and blessing if you are worshipping by yourself will not be equal to 1 minute or a second in sitting in a crowd under the eyes of awliyaullah, under the teaching of awliyaullah Azza wa Jal, whom they are connected with Allah Almighty and Rasulullah sallallahu alaihi wasallam. For this you see all Sahaba of Rasulullah only with one sitting with Rasulullah, accepting Rasulullah sallallahu alaihi wasallam, all Allah Almighty changed them from worshipper of statues and to be all upgraded to be Sahaba of Rasulullah. Whenever mentioned, every man will say radiyallahu anhum, and to be Rasulullah saying, my Sahaba, my companion like stars, by anyone you guide yourself, you will be well guided. All this by the blessing of the sitting in the Sahaba of Rasulullah sallallahu alaihi wasallam and devoting their life to be all the time with Rasulullah sallallahu alaihi wasallam. And after Rasulullah sallallahu alaihi wasallam, they connect themselves to reach to Rasulullah spiritually through Sayyidina Abu Bakr as-Siddiq radiallahu anhu, through Sayyidina Umar, through Sayyidina Uthman, through Sayyidina Ali radiyallahu alayhim ajma'in, because still Sayyidina Ali radiyallahu anhu karramallahu wajhah, all the Sahaba at that time passed away, and then only coming their sons and the followers of the Sahaba, no more Sahaba was existing. And so it was after Sayyidina Ali radiallahu anhu, after Sayyidina Hassan, Sayyidina Hussein, start to appear the Ahlul Bayt and start to appear the awliyaullah like Sayyidina Ja'far as-Sadiq, one of the Ahlul Bayt al-Nabi sallallahu alaihi wasallam, Allah bless him and Rasulullah and the Sahaba to be connecting all these coming generation with Rasulullah sallallahu alaihi wasallam and with the divine presence of Allah Almighty. Then Sayyidina Ja'far as-Sadiq, he gave it to all the awliya whom in the day of promises God promised from Allah Almighty to be inheriting the secrets of Rasulullah from Sayyidina Ali radiallahu anhu or Sayyidina Abu Bakr as-Siddiq radiallahu anhu. And as in Naqshbandiyya Aliyya way was given from Sayyidina Ja'far as-Sadiq to Sayyidina Sultan al-Arifin, Sayyidina Abu Yazid al-Bastami radiallahu anhu. And like this it was going on till now, till day of Yawm al-Qiyamah, till the appearance of Sahib al-Zaman, Sayyidina al-Mahdi alayhi salam. And only these meetings can connect you with Allah Almighty and Rasulullah sallallahu alayhi wa sallam. The Khatmul Khajatan, Dhikrullah, when we meet once or twice a week, or once a week, or twice a week, on Zikr and Khatam. This Zikr and Khatam, even we finish in half an hour, 20 minutes, but it will be only for the Sufi ways continuously forever, because Allah Almighty will create, Maulana says, will create Allah Almighty from the breathing of us during the zikr of Allah Almighty and salat wa salam on Rasulullah, during reciting Holy Quran in the Khatmul Khajatan. Allah will create malaika who will continue forever on behalf of everyone. He has his own malaika created from his own breathing to continue his reciting and his zikr and khatam, and he will be written in the divine presence of Allah Almighty, is still alive, like Shaheed, still alive in the divine presence of Allah Almighty, and forever he is still continuing in reciting Holy Quran and in mentioning, making zikr of Allah Almighty and making salat wa salam on Rasulullah. And for this, the khatam and zikr make the one non-stopping forever from zikrullah or salat wa salam on Rasulullah sallallahu alaihi wasallam, or reciting the Holy Quran. For example, we say Fatiha al-Sharifa 7 times. We read it 7 times, but from our reading, Allah will create malaika keeping forever reading Fatiha on our behalf, and it is written in our books. In the day of judgment, you will see forever you are reading Fatiha, forever you are reading Alam Nashrah al-Sharif, forever you are reading Ikhlas al-Sharif, forever you are making salat wa salam on Rasulullah, forever you are saying La ilaha illallah, forever you are saying Allah, Allah, or Hu, or Haq, or Hayy, because these malaika, they don't die, Allah made them, and they will be continuing continuously our zikr and khatam and reciting of the Holy Quran. And for this, the one who attend the Khatmul Khajatan and zikrullah Azza wa Jal once or twice a week, and attend the Sohbah in this crowd, any crowd whom they are well connected with awliya Allah Azza wa Jal, these malaika, Allah will create them, and they will be representing us in the divine presence of Rasulullah sallallahu alaihi wasallam, and in the divine presence of Allah Almighty forever, continuing in the same language of us, in the same voice of us, in the same tongue of us, continue reciting and making zikr and salat wa salam on Rasulullah. And for this, we will be always not like common people, a dead one, but survived one, forever alive by eternal life from Allah Almighty, by divine godly life from Allah Almighty, through these malaika which Allah created them from our reading in this meeting and this crowd. And for this, the Imam of our Naqshbandiyya Aliyya way, Sayyidina Shah al-Naqshbandi Muhammad Waisi al-Bukhari, used to bring the murids twice a week, 2 times every week, and all grandsheikhs, even grandsheikhs, Maulana Shaykh Nazim, and all grandsheikhs, all the inheritance of Sayyidina Shah al-Naqshbandi, and before him from Sayyidina Abu Bakr as-Siddiq radiyallahu anhu, Sayyidina Ali, Ridwanullah alayhim ajma'in, all these big awliya used to bring their murids. Every day used to sit with them, but twice a week they would make for them a crowd, one for advising, for sohbah, to read them, and to show them what is their spiritual sickness and how can be cured. Because this awliya, he will be the one operating on them to cure them from all their spiritual sickness and physical sickness and take off from them all their burdens. He will be carrying these burdens from them, whatever they have burdens or difficulties in their life, and he will present it into the ocean of Shafa'ah of Rasulullah sallallahu alaihi wasallam, and Rasulullah by himself, Maulana said, will be solving all their problems, asking Allah Almighty to solve their problems and take off all their burdens and to cure all their sickness spiritually or physically, and they will be feeling that they are flying after the Sahba, after the crowd, the meeting. They will be feeling themselves full with life, very light and very happy, and this all coming from Allah Almighty and Rasulullah as a blessing for this awliya, this Imam who is crowding them on love of Allah Almighty and Rasulullah and making for them this advice, carrying from them all their burdens. And whatever he will mention the awliya from maqams of prophets before Rasulullah sallallahu alaihi wasallam, or from maqams of Sahaba or awliya Allah, past awliya, Allah Almighty also promising to bless all these maqams to the ones whom they met in this crowd, and hearing and listening with Iman, with faith and believing that Allah Almighty and Rasulullah sallallahu alaihi wasallam, and that's awliya who's taking him, we took him as a shaykh for us to conduct us real awliya, not a claimed one, but a well-put awliya who's well connected and blessed by his trust and realities from Allah Almighty and Rasulullah sallallahu alaihi wasallam. He will be leading all these people to take them to the shore of safety to Allah Almighty and Rasulullah, and no one of them will pass away of this crowd until he will be dressed by divinely godly body from Allah Almighty, by divinely godly elements, by divinely godly attributes, that he will pass from this life a Rabbani, a divinely one, a godly one. Forever he will be remaining in Mi'raj, in ascending in the divine presence of Allah Almighty and Rasulullah sallallahu alaihi wasallam. These awliya, like Sayyidina Shah al-Naqshband, like Maulana Shaykh, Grand Shaykh, all the Grand Shaykhs, and like Sayyidina Abdul Qadir Jailani, like Sayyidina Shaykh Osman Waliullah, like all these awliya whom inhabiting from Siddiq and Sayyidina Ali Ridwanullah alayhim, from Rasulullah sallallahu alaihi wasallam, they are like, for example, the train, how many wagons has? Perhaps even 100 wagons. Wagons all full with people, but the main one is the front one, the engine, the train, which is all connecting with him, and he is moving and carrying, making them all on the railway, reaching to their destination. And like this, the awliya, everyone who connects himself with them, they will be leading him, taking him to reach to his destination, which is Ilahi anta maqsoodi wa idaka rattu, to reach to Allah Almighty and Rasulullah sallallahu alaihi wasallam. And for this, the one who wants to reach to Allah Almighty, the one who wants to reach to Rasulullah sallallahu alaihi wasallam, the one who wants to eat from the divine, the godly honey of the realities and secrets to be blessed to him, must take a murshid, a guidance, an awliya, who Allah Almighty well blessed him by godly and divine attributes from Allah Almighty and guides and well connecting him to Rasulullah sallallahu alaihi wasallam, and Rasulullah connecting him very tightly to Allah Almighty, that he has a face with the people, a face with Allah Almighty, face with Rasulullah sallallahu alaihi wasallam. And then he will be well conducting all whom they are with him or in his weapons, how much Allah give him in the day of promises from the nation of Rasulullah to be following him physically or spiritually, to be all of them reaching to their goal, reaching to the last station. And the last station of us is Allah Almighty. إلهي أنت مقصود رضاك مطلوبي, to reach to La ilaha illallah Muhammadun Rasulullah, to reach to the ocean of ahadiyyah of Allah Almighty, of uniqueness of Allah Almighty, to reach to the ocean of wahdaniyah of Allah Almighty, to be entering that ocean again and swimming in it. It is oceans of lights, of the oneness of Allah Almighty, of the wahdaniyah of Allah Almighty, the ocean of La ilaha illallah Muhammadun Rasulullah, which is containing all whatever Allah Almighty appear, ranks and maqams from the eternal forever. It is all loaded in this ocean of wahdaniyah of Allah Almighty. And no one in this ocean, why is called wahdaniyah? Because everyone not looks like the other, no duality for anyone in this ocean. No one looks like the other, neither in his maqams, or his ranks, or his lights, or his knowledge from Allah Almighty and Rasulullah, or his paradises, everyone totally different from the other one. And this only for the special ones to be in this ocean of wahdaniyah of Allah Almighty, to reach ocean of La ilaha illallah Muhammadur Rasulullah. And this ocean, to reach it, must be a murshid, a guidance, who is always alive by life from Allah Almighty and Rasulullah, by eternal life, godly life, and blessed by Allah Almighty by giving him divine attributes from Allah Almighty and Rasulullah sallallahu alaihi wasallam, and from good tidings, godly ones, that he can make everyone to be blessed by these divinely godly attributes and swimming, reaching in the divine ocean of wahdaniyah, of La ilaha illallah Muhammadun Rasulullah sallallahu alaihi wasallam. They are not like these, we are not like the ulama, the maulawis, or the scholars, or the claiming awliya, whom only they will teach you from books or explanation of the holy ayat or explanation of the hadith, but they are ones whom taking by your hand and ascending you, making for you mi'raj and reaching you and forcefully putting you inside the ocean of Allah Almighty, of Rasulullah, ocean of La ilaha illallah Muhammadun Rasulullah, to be swimming in it, enter you to the ocean which you come out from it, from the eternal forever. All of us, we are created from the ocean of lights of Allah Almighty, ocean of lights of Rasulullah. They will return you to your source, to the ocean of lights of Allah Almighty and Rasulullah. All other claiming awliya, or other whom they pretend to be awliya, or they are ulama, saying they cannot even make one hair of you to be advised by them or get benefit. Only they will advise you according to what they memorize from books, what they have decorated knowledge they will give you, but never can make you to reach to the oceans of lights of Allah Almighty and Rasulullah from where you came. They cannot change your end from a bad end to a good end. They cannot dress you by the 7 ranks of Iman, which Allah Almighty promised in the day of promises everyone to reach the 7 stages of the Iman, of faith, which Allah Almighty in Day of Promises take from everyone a promise and a covenant how to be from Him subhanahu wa ta'ala. We come to this life and we forget all this. Anyone can tell you what you promise Allah Almighty. You remember what you promise Allah Almighty, and for this you need a murshid, a one to guide you, a real awliya to guide you and to remember you by what you promise Allah Almighty, by what you must in this life to be worshipping and doing, to reach to Allah Almighty, to Rasulullah, as you promised them in the Day of Promises, when you are soul and atoms before you are a physical body, before to be dressed by this physical body and to come to this earth. What in heavens you promised Allah Almighty, and to which ranks and maqam and the stage Allah Almighty make you to reach, no one now knows except these awliya, whom they used to be imams of us at that day in Day of Promises, and they were conducting and guiding us to the divine presence of Allah Almighty and making us to answer Allah Almighty by what Allah be pleased and likes in the Day of Promises. And they will continue this in this life, to remember you and to teach you how to reach to your souls, to the ocean of life of Allah Almighty and Rasulullah, which we promise Allah Almighty to be reaching it in this life, physical life, in this earth where you are living. And for this, these awliya, they are ones whom all the time, no veils between them and Allah Almighty, no veils between them and Rasulullah sallallahu alaihi wasallam. Always under the voice of Allah Almighty, whatever Allah Almighty wants from them, by Himself talking to them. Whatever Rasulullah sallallahu alaihi wasallam wants from them for the sake of His nation and children of Adam, directly talking with them. And they are the one who running the life from Allah Almighty in all creation, not only in children of Adam alayhi salam, but in all creations, all plants, animals, malaika, jinn, shayateen, human beings. They are like these men, these awliya to Allah Almighty. They are the perfect men to Allah Almighty, whom Allah Almighty led them to be representing Him, to be Khalif for Allah Almighty between His creation. Once, Sayyidina Abdul Qadir al-Jailani, Sayyidina Muhyiddin Abdul Qadir al-Jailani, Qaddasa Rasuluh, was in a seclusion, and he was in the Day of Promises, take promise from Allah Almighty and Rasulullah sallallahu alaihi wasallam that no one of his murids will pass away from this life until reaching the 7th stage of Iman. Without trust by the 7th stage of Iman, never will be going out from this life. Then he was looking in between all his murids. Every day in the 24 hours, every awliya, this big awliya, they will have a spiritual looking 3 times on all their murids or lovers or connected to them, which Allah giving them in their promises, physically or spiritually. They will look at them to complete them and to clean them and to, on behalf of them, to fulfill all their worshipping with the promise Allah Almighty and Rasulullah sallallahu alaihi wasallam in the Day of Promises. He saw one of his murid not yet reached the 7th stage of Iman, not completed by him yet, but the angel of death, he took his soul and he put it in his cage where he put the souls. And he was the angel of death at that time, when he took the soul of this murid of Sayyidina Abdul Qadir al-Jailani, also was taking the souls of 37 others people, common ones. Then quickly Sayyidina Abdul Qadir Jailani, he put his physical body into his soul, using his divinely godly body from Allah Almighty, given to him the light body. And he followed the angel of death, Sayyidina Azrail alayhi salam, until reaching to the heaven. Before to enter to the heavens, to the divinely presence of Allah Almighty, to the divinely godly world of command, the oceans where the souls come out from it. Before reaching, he told them, give me the soul of my murid. I didn't yet completed him. Give it back to his physical body, or give it to me by the permission of Allah Almighty. I will send it back to his physical body. Until I complete him and reaching him to the seventh stage of Iman, then come and take his soul. Sayyidina Azrail alayhi salam, the angel of death, say, no, I cannot, because I am under the order of Allah Almighty. And his name on his leaves, on the Sidrat al-Muntaha, this tree fall down, which means Allah ordered me to take his soul. I cannot give it back to you. Finish. Then Sayyidina Abdul Qadir, he told them, please, for sake of Allah Almighty, for sake of Rasulullah sallallahu alaihi wasallam, the angel does no, never. I am not under your order, I am under the order of Allah Almighty. Then Sayyidina Abdul Qadir Jailani, he used his spiritual godly power, which given from Allah Almighty to him and to Rasulullah sallallahu alaihi wasallam, and he took first the old cage from the hand of the angel of death, open it and make all the souls, 77 souls, to go back to their bodies. Because the angels not higher than children of Adam alayhi salam. Allah Almighty honored children of Adam alayhi salam. He said, وَلَقَدْ كَرَّمْنَا بَنِي آدَمَ. He didn't honor the angels. He didn't say, I am honoring angels. He said only, I am honoring children of Adam. And I make them to be Khalil for me. They are much more powerful than the Malaika. Especially the awliya, who are blessed by divine godly word from godly life from Allah Almighty and Rasulullah. And no veils between them and Allah Almighty, like Grand Shaykh, Mawlana Shaykh, Abdul Qadir Jailani. These big awliya, which Rasulullah say, I am the city of realities and secrets, and Siddiq is the door of it. I am the city of knowledge, divine knowledge of Allah Almighty, and Ali is the door of it. They are ones who are blessed by Allah Almighty, godly power, which they can do whatever they want in these universes and these heavens, the divine kingdom of Allah Almighty. They have the power. And then the angel of death was all surprised how he has this power. Sayyidina Abdul Qadir Jailani, Qaddasallahu, and he was stopping, doesn't know what to do. He will be blamed by Allah Almighty and scolded. How? Or to go again and take the soul of this all, the soul enters their bodies and all they wake up alive again. What to do? Then Allah Almighty told him, oh, my sincere Malaika angel of death, come to those maqams. If you gave him the soul of his murid, it was not better for you than to take from you the 37 souls. Now for his sake, Allah Almighty swore that I am going to give everyone whom my sincere servant Abdul Qadir Jailani send it back to his body. I am giving him a 37 years of age to live. And after 37 years, you will go to them and take their soul. Until Sayyidina Abdul Qadir Jailani, Qaddasallahu, complete his murids by the 7th stage of Iman, then you can take his soul. By his permission, not without his permission. Like this, Allah Almighty giving this awliya, which making this crowd to be meeting on love of Allah Almighty and Rasulullah sallallahu alaihi wasallam. Like this, the one who follows awliyaullah, he will be well connected with Allah Almighty and Rasulullah sallallahu alaihi wasallam. Once the grand sheikh, he was sitting and near him a basket full with apples. And he was making صعبة. Sayyidina Sayyid Jamal al-Din al-Ghumudi al-Husayn radiyallahu anhu ardah, his name. And during the Sahba, very important Sahba, all ulama sitting, all taking from divine knowledge from him, spiritual knowledge, well connected, all of them flying with divine knowledge, with love of Allah Almighty, love of Rasulullah sallallahu alaihi wasallam. All it does, he took an apple, one apple, and threw it up and touched it, then took another apple, like children playing with the apples, cutting the Sahaba and playing with the apples, throwing them up and touching, throwing up and touching. Then he finished the Sahaba. The senior deputy of him, he told them, we saw from you something which make all the ulama, the scholars of the ulama whom they are sitting in your meeting, and all the murid to be surprised. As children, you were playing with the apples. He said, no, not like children, I'm playing with the apples. After 5 minutes, you know what I was doing with these apples. And then exactly 5 minutes, still the people sitting in the crowd, still sitting with him. The knock of the Zawiya was knocking, and they opened the door, one coming. Ya Sayyidi was addressing Sayyidina Jamal al-Din al-Ghumudi, saying, Ya Sayyidi, 2 of your murids, they died, passed away. Hey, say, I know, go, warn them, cover them, put them in the box, call me, and I will come with the crowd to pray on them and to bury them. He told them, oh crowd, oh my sincere murids, the first one was the angel of death coming with angerness and bad and to bless him, to take his soul. So I refuse, asking Allah Almighty, I will not accept my voice to go by ibad, and I throw the angel of death up from angerness, changing him, catching him in my hand to be with blessing and good tidings and good and to bless my murid. The second murid, the same happening to him, and I was changing what was written in Lawh al-Mahfuz, because Allah saying Lawh al-Mahfuz will be written or erased as Allah like. يَمْحُ اللَّهُ مَا يَشَاءُ وَيُثْبِتُ. Either He will erase or confirm as He like, Allah Almighty, on the Lawh al-Mahfuz. So I was making my best that Allah Almighty erase them from bad and to good and was done. And for this I was throwing the apple, making angel of death to go up and bring down another order from Allah Almighty by happiness and good and to take my murids. And for this I was playing like this with the apples. Like this awliyaullah Azza wa Jal used to deal, and still, till now, till day of judgment, the real awliya well connected, they will be dealing with their murids, with their crowd, with their lovers, even anyone come to attend or to have something to consult and sit in their crowd. He will be then responsibility of that awliya to be connecting him and to take all his burdens and to change him from bad and to good and to take off all his burdens and sins and to erase it and to make him in the right way, reaching to the divine ocean of Wahdaniyya of Allah Almighty. This is their complete awliya. And like this, anyone who will be in his wagons, in this train of him, which is leading all of them to Rasulullah, he is a pilot, leading this plane or this train or this buses, which anyone sitting in his bus or in his plane or in his train, according how much he has a high level, but well connected just by divinely godly life from Allah Almighty, he will be through the Khatmul Jazan and through the Sohbah, the crowd who sitting to listen to his advice, he will be leading them to Rasulullah sallallahu alaihi wasallam, without missing anyone from them, not to reach to the Shafa of Rasulullah, the ocean of Rasulullah, to the ocean of lights of Rasulullah, and then to the ocean of lights of Allah Almighty, which means to reach to the ocean of La ilaha illallah Muhammadun Rasulullah sallallahu alayhi wa sallam, and to be blessed to them. No one, the angel of death, is able to take his soul except after these awliya completing them and making them in the high ranks of Siddiqs of Wilayah. Then he will be ordered to take their soul. If we feel all these universes, all this earth, by praying, by worshipping, is not considered anything like to spend 1 minute with a real awliya who is connected, who can connect you with Rasulullah sallallahu alayhi wa sallam. The Sahaba, what used to be before they were connecting themselves to Rasulullah sallallahu alayhi wa sallam? They used to be worshipping statues, they used to be killing each other, stealing each other, burying their daughters alive under the earth, because they don't like girls at that time, the better. And what did Rasulullah, when they connect themselves to Rasulullah, what happened to them? How Rasulullah converts them? Only by Ashhadu an la ilaha illallah wa ashhadu anna Muhammadan Rasulullah. Because Rasulullah, he is the Rasul of Allah Almighty. He is the one whom Allah Almighty created him from his lights, and he is the one to connect all creations to the lights of Allah Almighty, because Allah Almighty created us from the lights of Rasulullah sallallahu alaihi wasallam. All of us, we are existing by the existence of Rasulullah, by his lights, while Rasulullah sallallahu alaihi wasallam, the only and only one who is created and existed by the lives of Allah Almighty. And for this Allah saying, he is a human like you, but not like you. His elements totally different. The elements of Rasulullah, divinely elements, godly elements. Yuha, he is connected with heaven, with Allah Almighty. Even he has a face with you, in the meantime he has a face with Allah Almighty. The same awliyaullah whom they inherited from Rasulullah sallallahu alaihi wasallam through Siddiq or Sayyidina Ali radhiyallahu alayhi. Either they are ones to connect you with Siddiqs and Ali radhiyallahu anhu, or to connect you with Rasulullah sallallahu alaihi wasallam directly. And Rasulullah is the only one can connect everyone with Allah Almighty. And for this he say, I am the Lord of children of Adam and of Rasulullah sallallahu alaihi wasallam in his hadith. And so if we worship and all creation all in one heart, worshipping Allah Almighty day and night, not like 1 minute or a second to spend it with a complete awliya who is well connected with Rasulullah sallallahu alaihi wasallam and Allah Almighty. Never you reach by yourself any rank of Iman if you are not well connected with a complete awliya to connect you to Rasulullah. Because the only one who can bless you by Iman is Allah Almighty through Rasulullah sallallahu alaihi wasallam. You will order Rasulullah to bless you by the lights of Iman. And to bless by complete Iman, we say we have Iman. We don't have Iman at all. Don't think anyone has an Iman. In the time of Prophet Musa alayhi salam, Sayyidina Musa alayhi salam, his neighbor, he told them, "O Prophet of Allah Almighty, Ya Nabi Allah Musa alayhi salam, please ask Allah Almighty when you go to mountain of Sinai to talk with Allah Almighty, tell him that my neighbor has no Iman. Send for him Iman." Sayyidina Musa was surprised. He told them, "You don't believe by Allah Almighty?" "Yeah, I believe by Allah Almighty." "You don't believe by me, Musa, Prophet?" "Yes, I believe, but I don't have Iman. Because if I have Iman, real Iman, I will not complain. I know everything from Allah Almighty. I will not say, oh, I have a headache, I have a burden, I have problem, I have a bad neighbor, I have bad thing coming on me, no, not too much prosperity, no more risky, all cut. If I have real Iman and depending on Allah Almighty, I will not be complaining. But I am complaining even I am say, Amantu billahi wa rasulih, I believe by Allah Almighty and by His Prophet and by the day of judgment, Yawm al-Qiyamah, but I am complaining, mean I don't have it. As you like, I will ask for you, Allah Almighty. Then Sayyidina Musa alayhi salam, when he went to the mountain of Sinai, after finish what he wants to talk with Allah Almighty and Allah to bless him for children of Israel, what to do for them, what He promised them, how to give the Sharia, and what Allah wants from them to worship Him, what new things to do. Then Allah Almighty finished His talking with Sayyidina Musa. Sayyidina Musa wanted to return. Then Allah Almighty by Himself remembering Sayyidina Musa alayhi salam. Ya Musa, didn't your neighbor ask you something? Yes, yes, please forgive me, Allah Almighty, I forget. Don't forget next time, Ya Musa. What he asked? And Allah knows. He told me, he said he has no Iman. Please send for him some Iman. He told me, Ya Musa, I'm not going to send the complete Iman to him, the from ocean of Iman of Allah Almighty. I am not going to give him complete Iman, full Iman. I am going to take one tiny drop, like when you put a needle in an ocean and coming out from the sea, how much water will be on this needle? One tiny drop it will take from the water of the sea. Like this, one tiny drop, I am going also to split it to 7 atoms, and 1/7 of it which cannot be seen even by the power of the prophecy of you. You will not realize it or can see it. This tiniest 1/7 of drop of Iman. I am going to send it, this is enough for me. Tell him this, Allah Almighty said, enough for you. No, not more than this. And Sayyidina Musa, when he was returning, to tell, I am very sorry that Allah Almighty refused to give you full Iman, complete Iman. Only 1/7 of a tiny atom of Iman, after splitting it to 7 parts, 1/7 of a tiny atom of Iman, Allah is going to dress to your heart only. This one can you have capable and able to cover. He wanted to tell him, and he reached to the door of his neighbor. He saw his neighbor was still standing, waiting for Sayyidina Musa alayhi salam to return and to know from him what Allah Almighty told him. But he saw his neighbor standing and looking at the skies at heaven. Open his eyes, open his mouth, not moving as if you never. Then Sayyidina Musa called him, no one to answer. He called again, no one to answer. Then he shake him, no one to answer. Then he used the power of prophecy of Sayyidina Musa alayhi salam. His power of prophecy equal, because he is one of the most important 5 prophets. His prophecy not like other prophets, easy one, but very powerful from Allah Almighty, that he is able to talk with Allah Almighty, Sayyidina Musa alayhi salam. Allah talking with him. He used this power of prophecy and he was shaking his neighbor, and he shake his neighbor. Only this. Then Allah Almighty called Sayyidina Musa, even in his no need for mountain of Sinai, where he was, Sayyidina Musa told them, don't try to shake him or to wake him up. Till day of judgment he will be like this. He will die like this. He will be buried like this. He will be survived in day of judgment like this, only attracted by the lights, God the lights of my ocean of Wahdaniya, La ilaha illallah, Muhammadun Rasulullah, my Musa alayhi salam. and he will go totally attracted and drunk, no more to feel by anything. And he will die like this, and he will be proud in Yawm al-Qiyamah like this, until I will call him to be questioned, he will wake up. He told them, oh, Allah Almighty is 1/7 of an atom. Like this make the one, mean also Musa alayhi salam, I don't have Iman. You want to make people all crazy, oh Allah Almighty. He was telling Allah Almighty, he was allowed to do anything he liked with Allah Almighty. He told them, for this I don't send Iman to my people, O Musa alayhi salam. Only I send imitated Iman. Looks like Iman. Only to be worshipping me and to do their best to ask forgiveness from me until they will be meeting me. But Maulana say, as one say, the one who is connected with them, and is big awliya, who is complete awliya, like Sayyidina Abdul Qadir Jailani, one Shaykh, like Maulana Shaykh, is awliya. 1 second to sit with them and to connect your heart with them, enough for you to be dressed before you pass away from this life by the 7th stage of Iman, like the murid of Sayyidina Abdul Qadir Jailani, Rasul. Never the angel death will take your soul until you are well dressed by the ocean of Iman from Allah Almighty, and you will be totally swimming like a whale in the ocean of Wahdaniyya, of La ilaha illallah, Muhammadur Rasulullah, under the lights of the holy essence, holy face of Allah Almighty and Rasulullah sallallahu alaihi wasallam. Like this we are out. Like this make the Ruhani spirituality to be working, to be activating, to be ascending you to heaven, to Allah Almighty and to Rasulullah sallallahu alaihi wasallam. May Allah forgive us and mercy us. La ilaha illallah, la ilaha illallah, la ilaha illallah, Muhammad Rasulullah, alayhi salatullah, la ilaha illallah, la ilaha illallah, la خاصة إلى إمام الطويل وأفضل الخلفاء النقشبند محمد ويسير بخاري خاصة إلى شوي وهذا الطبيب القلوب وعياده وسلطان أولياء خاتم الأولياء وعيد المناقب والمنسات العميد نشأ شعب الله فهذا التوسل وإذا هذا الطبيب القلوب عياده وشيخنا سلطان وشيخنا محمد ناظم الحقاني ولا أستاذنا سيدنا شيخ الدين الأستاذ سيدنا محمد بن الأربعين وبدأ الدين ومخير سيدنا أبو طالب الدوان سيدنا أبو بكر وعثمان وعلي فاطمة وسادة النقشبندي والصديقي وعن العبد النبي المصطفى ورسول الله صلى الله عليه وسلم الصديقي وإلى سيدنا عبد القادر جيلان سيدنا عثمان ولي الله أولياء الله عز وجل وعامتنا الرزاق سادة بالله تعالى الفاتحة. Now what is the time? 5 minutes. 5 minutes. Most welcome. You understand? The one who didn't understand, did the other one understand to make him to understand? Nice, Robert?
Yes, nice.
coming from the station of Mawlana Shaykh when Shaykh and Sayyidina Abdul Qadir Jailani. These are days, good day of Sayyidina Abdul Qadir Jailani. We are saying always to be Rabita Bishari, our Naqshbandiya Aliyah way, based on Rabita, connection, how much you connect yourself with Awliyaullah, how much you will be well connected with heaven, with Rasulullah sallallahu alaihi wasallam, with Allah Almighty. They connect you. We cannot connect ourselves, but they will be connecting us. We can only make our best to connect ourselves with them, with these awliya, and they are responsible to connect us with Allah Almighty, with Rasulullah.